episode 12 of...
Let's go first.
I'm just going to start with episode 12 and thank everyone for their support of If You Build It, the podcast, and follow us on YouTube, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those fun things. Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And Riyad.
My name is Riyad. Your name is Will.
Will Ellis. And I am super excited about today's guest. You know, very rarely do we have people reaching out to us that have a story like Isaiah here. So welcome to our show there, Isaiah Henry.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate being here.
So first and foremost, tell us a little about yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Yeah, let's start with the height. So get everything clear. I'm okay.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Like being 6'5".
Oh yeah, it's gotten me into way more doors than I would have if I was not 6'5". And yeah,
like I think women like really tall men. When I was in shape.
And ladies, he's single as well. So
yeah. Single dude and 6'5", and you can run. Right?
I can run. I can lift too.
Work out often?
Oh yeah. We CrossFit every day.
Okay, so yeah, tell us your story.
Yeah, sorry. So Isaiah Henry, born in Durham, grew up in Pickering. I live in Whitby now, but grew up in Pickering. Fell in love with sports like real early. I was playing rugby, football, basketball, pretty much anything, including swimming. I was doing it all. I fell in love really with rugby and football, got an opportunity to play higher level rugby with the provincial and a little bit on the national side. I got a scholarship to go to Wilfrid Laurier University, where I played rugby for 2 years. And then I was offered the opportunity to finish up playing football for 2 years. So dual sport athlete. I loved Laurier. To this day, I still bleed purple and gold. After that, I left and I thought I was going to be this like law enforcement guy. I thought I have to be a cop. So went through all the stuff. I eventually got on with Toronto, was there for about 2 years. It just did not end well for both Toronto and myself. So I ended up parting ways.
Right.
But while I was in Toronto, I was starting to see different stuff. Like I'm looking at guys 10, 20 years ahead of me and they look rough, like beat up. I'm like, guys who were like 35, 40 look like they were like 60 and 70. I said, this can't be right. And then you start talking about their financial situation or home life, second, third divorce, no money in the bank. They're working OT, like they're sleeping in their car. I said, this isn't right.
Right.
So thankfully I had a little bit of the real estate bug early, but then after getting that like jolt of real life from like Toronto and some of the other law enforcement agencies I saw, doubled down on real estate and really took that seriously as an investor, tried the realtor thing, but now we're just, we're taking that investment thing as hard as we can.
So when you say investing, like, what do you do exactly? Like, do you still take clients out and show them homes, or are you totally away from that?
Yeah. So the realtor hat is off to the side. I enjoyed my time there, but I will not be going about. Shout out to all the realtors out there because I put them through the worst. Investors are bad clients and I suck sometimes. So I really apologize to all my realtors. But anyway, no longer an agent, but as an investor. So most of my portfolio is long distance. I would say about 90% of my portfolio is in Timmins, Ontario. I got a little bit down in Southern Ontario still, Toronto, Windsor, Oshawa. Couple in Oshawa now. So yeah, so that's most of my portfolio. And then in terms of clients and partners, we bring partners in on flips if we're doing short stuff. And then if they want a joint venture on some of the bigger or longer holds we're doing up there.
So why did you get into real estate investing? I know outside of your story.
Yeah.
What got you into the thought of real estate as a life choice for yourself?
Yeah, for sure. So we were never like broke or poor. Like I wish I had one of those cool stories.
Oh, you weren't poor?
No, Mama Henry and Dad like did a good job. They did a real good job.
Right.
Like I wish it was like, oh, it was on the ground. It was like, no, I had a really good upbringing, but I always saw like the people who were able to take it the step farther, have that extra vacation, just be in a little bit better position and more comfortable. They just seem to own real estate. And what my first property was like a pre-built condo. I saw 1 month they were going for like low twos. Right. 6 months later, they're going for like 250. 6 months later from that, they're going for 350. I said, whoa, time out. Something's going on here. So then I got to kind of look about how real estate, the values grow and stuff like that. And that's why I got into my first one.
So do you only invest for yourself in terms of what you're talking about, or do you help other people as well?
Yeah. So at this point, that's a really good question. So I used to have opportunities where people could just like bring money, they'd private lend and we do stuff like that, not specifically on my projects, but I just felt that was getting a little bit too dicey. It was nice when interest rates were 1%, right? But as the market changes, I needed a more solidified strategy. So if people are looking to work with me, it's either going to be in a joint venture opportunity where we partner on a property. I take my expertise in finding a good deal, managing that deal, whether it's a refi or it's a buy and hold situation, and we run that deal together as partners. Or if I'm doing like a flip or a wholesale, something like that, they'd bring the capital and I would just use those funds in a short-term scenario. They'd get a preferred interest rate, they get their money back, and then we part ways that way.
Take in school.
I took psychology.
What to be psychology?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're good with people.
Nice with them, yeah.
Nice with people. How do you learn the skills when it comes to being, because investing in real estate is for some hard.
Yeah.
So how do you get to the level where you are today?
So I learned very early real estate has very, very little to do with the bricks and sticks. Bricks and sticks and numbers, like very little, like as much as people put on like, oh, ROI, the return, the cash on cash, the percentage. Yeah, that's all sick, but that's numbers. And again, I can pay someone to just show me the numbers. The way you get good at real estate is how can you take the relationships involved in real estate and operate them effectively. So as a realtor, how are you working with your clients, your vendors, and everyone? And as an investor myself, especially a long distance investor, how am I building a team, getting these people to trust and rely? Like I am so far away from these properties. Like I've never seen some of these. Like I don't go, like I have no intention of going. And you're able to operate a business successfully, collect rent, deal with tenants, deal with management, deal with vendors, and how to do that is all with relationships. Like how do you treat your people?
Yeah, interesting. So it's interesting because I watch, you got to, what's your Instagram handle?
Oh yeah, it's Mr. Henry. So follow your boy. Yeah, there's some good stuff.
And also to all the people out there, follow us on If You Build It, the podcast on YouTube. Back to you. So you're on your Instagram. You're always giving out pieces of information, pieces of tidbits. If someone is going to choose investing as a path in their life today, what was the number one piece of advice that you would give them?
Number one piece of advice, I would say,
or top three.
Top
three. If you want to start investing, one, understand. So I actually wrote a book. So it's called The Rookie Real Estate Investor. I got a bunch of free resources on there.
Really?
So go grab the book. I have like a full 7-step framework if you're looking to get into it, but let me break it down quick. So first thing I would do is identify your financial position, because if you make $250 as a tech sales guy, it's a lot different investing choice than me when I started and I was making $18 at the pool. We have very different choices there, but you can still invest, but you just got to choose your lane there. So once you've identified your financial position, then you want to figure out how much time do you have to invest, because that also picks with your situation. If you have a lot of time, yeah, you can flip, you can burr, you can be super involved. But if you don't have a lot of time, it might be more advantageous to maybe lend money, maybe a private mortgage, something like that, or even just get a nice simple buy and hold turnkey deal that's not as, super sexy like a burr, but it's going to work for you. Right. And then the final thing is just pull the trigger. Like so many people are sitting on the sideline and now like doing the analysis, getting all the numbers. I have this one guy, 55 spreadsheets, like crazy. I said, bro, just buy the dang thing and we'll learn. The worst case scenario is you lose a little bit of money. We'll sell the property and then we'll start over. I'm not saying buy crazy bad deals, but at the end of the day, you're going to buy a good asset in a good area. Worst thing that's going to happen, you miss a couple things of rent. We'll figure it out. And I know I'm making it sound a little easier than it is. But again, if you're not in the game, you can never learn until you actually get in the game. So I encourage you, got to get in.
So with the market exploding the way it did in the last couple of years, has your focus changed in terms of investing or your message changed?
Oh, yeah. So I'll be straight. I got lucky, like getting in when I got in, because I feel like my first one was 2017. Just before. And my first couple years, just hockey stick. And I'm like, oh, sick. Like, this is how you invest. Like, this is easy. Like, why doesn't everyone do this? And then you start to learn. I'm like, oh, this isn't how it is. Like, we're in a very unique market with those, 17 to 21, which is nice. Definitely helped me. But during that, I was able to speak with some mentors, some guys who've been in the game a little bit longer. They're like, just slow your roll, young buck. Like, don't miss the fundamentals. And I think that's why I went to Timmins, because I could have just levered up everything in Southern Ontario, kept doing stuff down here. But then, as we've seen in the last, year and a half, rates and prices and values have moved around, which could have made your portfolio stable. With the rates, man, I'm still cash flow. Every single one of my properties is still cash flowing, even in Timmins, even though the rates went up like crazy. Like I didn't even see the difference because of the kind of assets I was buying based on where I was financially and comfortable investing wise. So I feel like understanding the fundamentals and knowing those numbers helped me invest even in these environments where I was able to kind of weather the storm.
Right. And so when you're out there in Timmins, have you been there obviously a couple of times?
Yeah.
Often.
Not often. No.
He goes to the party.
Yeah, goes to the party all the time.
I don't think they'd be happy.
It would be bales of hay.
Yeah.
Pass you at a party. What kind of properties are you looking for out there in Timmins?
Great. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the single small multi. Like that is my bread and butter. As anytime I want to go do something else, I gotta like give myself one of those and like stay focused. Like I'm good at single, small, multi. I understand the asset class. I understand the financing. I understand the tenant quality. And it's honestly super easy. And the price points in Timmins are like way more attractive. Like I got a deal looking at right now, like a 3-bed, 1-bath, $155. It's going to rent out for 17, 18, like nice and easy. Right? That's an easy deal, right? It's not super sexy. It's not going to change your life, but that's going to be a nice store of value. That's going to be so impactful on somebody's retirement 10, 15 years down the line. And I feel like everybody here is trying to do these sexy, like 6-figure flips and all this stuff. Yeah, it works, but your risk is high. But if you are able or willing to take something a little bit lower in price point just to kind of solidify your base there, I feel there's some opportunity there. So not for everyone, but it's working for me pretty well.
Now you are a landlord.
Yeah.
And so what is, I mean, we have landlords that come up to, we work with landlords as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is your number one tip to a landlord to be a good landlord?
So you got to know, the laws. Like this is like, we're in this game. Like, and I tell people, if you don't want to play in the landlord space, you don't have to. Nobody held a gun to your head and said, you must be a landlord. And I feel a lot of the reason the LTB and stuff is so messed up is because we don't know the game, right? If you know the landlord tenant board, you know, like the Residential Tenancies Act like that well, that should be a prerequisite. In my opinion, forget these rental licensing and all that nonsense. There should be like a mandatory course you have to go through that says, hey, I am at least adequately responsible to understanding the legislation to operate in Ontario or wherever you are. So that's what it's like, base knowledge. But then for me, my secret here has been this little company called Single Keyed. I've been guaranteed.
The credit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The credit check and stuff, like that's blessed. Like they do a good job of the tenant screening. But for me, the really nice thing is the rent guarantee. Because what's the biggest risk of renting in Ontario?
Not paying rent.
Non-payment of rent. So I get the property sometimes before I close, I get the tenant, whatever, do the credit check and everything. I guarantee my rents for 1 year. So at this point, my risk level is so low. I've already guaranteed my rents for the property. I know where I'm at for the next 12 months. And then I can make better business decisions knowing my rent is already taken care of. Now extrapolate that to 4 units on a 4-plex, 2 4-plexes. That's 8 units that you know you have guaranteed income. Let's go fast forward to retirement. My whole portfolio, 100% taken care of. That's peace of mind, man. So yeah, rent guarantee. I love that program right now. I don't know how long it's going to be around.
So that program is with Single Key?
That's with Single Key, yeah.
So
Yes.
the offer for rental? Like guarantee?
Yeah, so this is the whole process. So what you do, you put your ad up. You're gonna pre-screen your guys with Single Key. They already got that set up. Then you're gonna do the what is it? Tenant screening, like the report. So it's like $30. You pay your report. You get all the report, all the info there. Same from that report. If you like that tenant, let's say they got a good credit score, you do all your reference checks and they're good. Take the next button and you say, yo, guarantee my rents. They run the thing and boom, like you can guarantee your rents. It's that simple. They do have some criteria that are pretty easy to meet and you can look up that criteria. But yeah, as long as your tenants meet the criteria, guarantee your rents.
I learned something new.
I've been telling these people.
Just educated us. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just learn. That's amazing.
Yeah, guarantee your rents. Yeah, it's great.
So where do you see your portfolio or your business going in the next, say, 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, 5 to 10 years. So I thought I was going to be like a door guy. Like when I started, like I was going to all the meetups. I'm like, yo, I'm going to get like 150 doors. My door count's going to be insane. And then even me, like my door count's like still small, but I'm like, yo, this is kind of getting like a headache kind of thing. And my idea is now, my accountant always tells me, he's like, I love simplicity. And that's really been something I've been working on. So I think like my goal is to get like, 10K a month, nice and easy. So if you can get your gross rents up to 20K on properties, again, I'm in Timmins, so my price points are small, and eventually pay those things off. Now, the way I'm going to pay these things off are through flips, wholesales, and joint venture partnerships. Those are big chunks of money. Pay that portfolio off. So if a portfolio is grossing 20, 50% expense ratio. Now I'm just having 10K nice and easy. All my properties are paid off. If I want to invest in a business, no problem. We'll take a line off some of these paid off properties. Gives me options. I got a kid who wants to go to college. Boom. We'll take some off there. Do something like that. I need to buy a new truck. Boom. It's right there. It gives me some options and a little bit less headache. And again, I'm still in that single to 4-plex, which gives me a little bit easier financing in the residential space.
Interesting. Now, on your days, you're not Mr. Flip.
Yeah.
Mr. Investor.
Uh-huh.
What do you do on your days you're not, doing this? What do you do to relax?
To relax.
How to relax?
Is that a word for you?
Oh, that's a 5-letter with the relax. Yeah,
Yeah,
relax.
yes,
I remember.
relax.
Yeah.
Do you know how to relax? Some people can't relax.
I'm honestly not the best at it. I'll be straight with you, but like I do like I like the game. So like I'm okay with getting calls. I like getting like deals, and especially when it's on my timeline. Again, tenants never call you on your timeline
Right.
or stuff never happens. But when it's on your timeline, I do like this. So I am a big part of the game. But big fan of working out. Like if I had nothing to do, I would work out. So it's not
I'm the
like
same way.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
if someone's like, what are you going to do today? Oh, I'm going to work out. I'm going to have a big breakfast. And then I'm going to like recover so I can go work out again.
I as a person that, like, as you can tell, I work out. If I didn't work out, I think I'd be 1,000 pounds.
He laughs at me. I'm on vacation. The first thing I do is work out. in the
Yeah.
morning.
What's the gym
Yeah.
at the hotel?
But
That's
but it's a vacation from yourself.
But that
So
means I
if
get a
you're-
better workout.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not at your house, if you're not in the country, go for, I get going for a walk on the beach or whatever. But to go to a gym at a resort makes no sense to
Oh,
me.
I always
I'm
scope it
hunting
out.
for good gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'd go in the community, see if there's like a nice, nasty, like iron, like old school bodybuilding gym, something like that. That would be sick.
All right. So when you're not working out,
Mhm.
which doesn't seem like it's often, what do you do for like a weekend away or
TV show,
TV show,
food,
something?
like restaurants. Like
do you know?
anything else?
Do you have a TV?
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
make sure you have a TV. You're not watching a
So
wall.
like I'm a bit like I'm a big sports guy.
Okay.
Yeah, big sports guy. So I like Canadian sports, it is what it is. But like NFL's huge. So like this part
Yes.
of we're like
Wow.
right in football season
Yes,
now.
yes, but the poor Bills.
Yeah, poor Bills. Jeez. Anyway, but me and my dad, huge NFL fans. So like
Yes.
the next couple weekends, like right off, like I'm unavailable. Like it'll be NFC, AFC championship, Super Bowl is going to be our thing. And then as soon as the Super Bowl is done, we're just scouting college. Like I turn
Yeah.
into an
So
NFL
this
scout.
episode airs the day after the Super Bowl.
Oh, does it?
On the
Okay.
12th. And
Predictions.
what my prediction? I think it's gonna be Kansas City again. To be honest,
I hope it's Baltimore. I'm in Lamar we trust.
They deserve to win,
Yeah.
100%. But I just don't see. I was not a fan of Mahomes. Not a fan at all.
Really? Okay.
And then I saw the Netflix thing, quarterback.
Yep.
And I was like, actually, I'm a fan of his. I think he's a really good person. He
He's a
means
good
well.
guy.
He's
a good
nice.
guy. He's a good guy.
Is his wife the best? No, but you know what? But they've been together for 20 years since they were like kids, and it makes sense to me based on what they showed.
Yeah.
So I like him a lot. The whole Kelsey and Taylor Swift thing is just garbage. It's just a distraction. It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And so I hope they do win. I like Mahomes.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see them in the Super Bowl.
Yes. Now, what are your thoughts on Usher doing the halftime show?
Listen, is my guy out of money? Like, what happened? Don't get me wrong. Like, Usher's the dude.
I mean,
bro.
Usher's great.
He can perform.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he's
Like,
like
are you not
60.
tired? Like, you're like 80.
He's my age. Keep it down over there.
I knew you were saying something.
I saw Usher
Hey.
maybe during the 04, his biggest album ever, and Usher's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
can
him
dance
at
and
halftime,
sing.
I just
He can do it all.
Yeah.
He
I
can
don't
do
know
it all.
about him doing halftime, to be honest.
I wonder who he's going to bring out. I hope he brings out someone.
He has to. He has
Well,
to.
it's the 20th anniversary of his biggest album,
Ooh, okay.
and that's why he's, I think, doing it.
Yeah.
Doing a big tour. He's also in Vegas. I'll see Usher. I'm not a big fan of doing the halftime show, to be honest.
Yeah. I heard you don't get paid for the halftime.
No, they just pay for the production.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that was just
unlimited
crazy to
budget
me.
for production.
I think it's more of get his name back out there and
Yeah,
introduce
stuff
everything.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting. Well, we'll text and see what happens.
Yeah,
on
100%.
that. Yes.
100%.
So in your entrepreneurial journey,
Yeah.
has there been a day where it's been, or a week or any time that has been very hard where you're like, this is not for me, I need to quit and go back to working a 9 to 5?
Yeah, on that. So I still am working a 9 to 5. Undercover. I'm
Yes.
that undercover guy. But the hardest day, I remember that. So we're actually almost coming up on the anniversary. So
Wow.
I'm sleeping. Paint a picture. So I'm sleeping.
So close my eyes.
Yeah, good. Sleeping. I had an Android, so it's like a Dutty ring. It's like a zzz. I have an iPhone now, so I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna call contractor. He's like, "Yo, your house is leaking. The roof is on the inside, and there's water pouring out of the basement windows." And I said, "Can't be my house because I just spent a good chunk renovating that whole house top to bottom, so it can't be my house." He's like, "Nah, bro, it's your house. Like, city's coming. Like, fire department's there. Like, city's shut off. Like, the whole nine." I'm like, okay, this is Timmins. I'm in Whitby. Like, I'm nowhere close. Like, there's nothing I can physically do but like set up my phone and start making calls. So there was probably 12 hours. I'm like, well, this isn't for me. This is it. Like, I can't recover. I remember I'm calling my accountant. I'm calling my insurance guys. I'm like, I'm crying. My accountant gave me one of the best of advice. He's like one of my best friends too. And he just said, bro, you have the money? I said, yeah, but like, what? He's like, shh. quiet down. Like, this is where it gets hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Like, you're in it now. Like, this is the game. Like, pay to play and let's get going. And he just got me back in it, made the calls, did what I had to do, managed it. And yeah, we ended up getting it done. It's rented now. Like, that's probably still one of my best properties out there.
Like what happened? Why did it like you renovated? What happened?
Yeah. So I guess, so I bought that one off market. So I guess they got lazy. They ran a plumbing line through the attic, and obviously Timmins gets cold. So it's, it's thawing and freezing. Plumbing line breaks, makes everything really, really soft. And the snow is really, really heavy. Boom, the snow comes, brings the roof down, brings the attic down, and now it's a duplex. So it's in that unit. Like, the roof is like in that unit. And then
was anybody living there at the time?
No, it's vacant because I just renovated it. Like, I have tenants coming to show, and my property manager was gonna go like the next day. So we didn't go that day. We get there, it's been sitting there for like a day, I guess, and it's leaking down. It's all through the basement. So we pretty much had to renovate that thing twice. So yeah, this is a key. Keep your reserves high. So thank goodness I did.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, that was
You said you cried?
Oh yeah. That was it. I was like, there's no way. Like, this, I'm obviously not built for this. Like, how can anyone like overcome this?
But I don't imagine you would be a person that would work in anything that would be easy. I think you'd be bored very easily.
I think so too. Yeah, even my job now. Like, I'm every day.
Like that's the thing. Most people want the easy, clock in at 9, leave at 5. But honestly, like, I did that for almost 20 years. It ages you.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not challenged.
It takes a certain mindset, an individual, to be an entrepreneur. Right?
Yeah, it does.
And that's why we start this podcast and learn about it, right?
Like, what's been your best day?
Best day.
You probably had quite a few.
Yeah, so I'll give you this one. So I'll just give you a quick thing. What's the cheapest property you ever sold?
300, 400,000.
2011, it was like 200K.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah.
All right. What's the cheapest McDonald's meal you ever bought?
You know how old I am? So 5 cents? No.
No, you get $5 back.
$5 back in the day. Yeah.
$5?
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't keep you too long. So my property that I bought was cheaper than that. So I am the proud owner of a $1 property. And I don't know if you'll find anyone who's not been given. That's different. If you're gifted a property, that's different. I'm talking purchase, lawyers, do the whole 9, $1 Canadian. I'll show you the consideration. $1 Canadian, crazy. So that was awesome. So the reason that was such a good day is because I had someone reach out to me, just called me out of the blue. Hey, you're the Timmins guy, right? I said, you already know. Anyway, he's like, you have to buy the property. We negotiate. I said, listen, you're asking too much. His wife isn't doing well. His wife's sick. I found out he was a police officer, and I was a police officer, so we can kind of bro down that way. And he just said, listen, man, I'm in a pinch. I don't know what to do. I need to get this off because it was vacant. It was like vagrants. Like, it was getting moldy. Like, he didn't know what to do. And I just said, hey man, I can do this, but I got to buy it for $1. He's like, done. Get the paperwork done tomorrow. I'm at work, like on the road. I call my boss. I'm like, yo, I'm done for today. I literally leave my car, drive home, get the paperwork all drawn up, $1. We're able to purchase it, go in, do the flip. Flip goes exceptional. And yeah, it was, that was great. And the really nice thing about this whole story is, like, I have a co-op program with the high school. We do a scholarship program every year.
Yeah.
So it used to be called the First Position Real Estate Experiential Learning Award, mouthful, but now it's called the Hart Award. And his last name was Hart, the guy who's the family. So now when I give the Hart Award, people will be like, oh, what's that about? I'll be able to share that story of kindness, because that guy knifed me. Like, that guy probably put me 3-4 years ahead in my investing journey because he low-key gifted me a house.
You guys still talking?
Yeah, still talk. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Is his wife all right?
Yeah, I couldn't find, because obviously it's not money. He didn't want money to say thank you. So I found the biggest bouquet of flowers I could, mailed it to them. Like, I mailed them flowers, edible arrangements. I got him a Home Depot card, a whole DeWalt set, everything. I'm like, I don't know how else to say thank you. I can't give you money.
Right.
So yeah, it was great. And I said, hey, this is my idea. I'd love to have you guys in the award. He said, yeah, that's awesome, man. So that's really great. So that's been the best day of my investing career so far.
This is an award you give out at a high school in Timmins.
No, in local, I did it at my high school. So every year, I have a co-op program.
What high school?
Pine Ridge Secondary School.
Oh, Pine Ridge and Pickering.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been great, and they've been really welcoming and have them. I've had tons of co-op students, and we do it very, very virtual, a little bit hybrid. I'll come in every now and again, but I think this is great for the students. They get to learn business. My one co-op student, my first one, I won't say her name for whatever, but she did the whole back end and niced me a wholesale deal.
Wow.
10K rip, all from her. She did the follow-up. She posted the ad. She got me notified. all her. And I'm like, yo, we ripped a 10K wholesale deal from her. So very good experience with the co-op program.
Because you're also a community advocate.
Yeah.
And so I guess this is a part of your mandate, giving back to the community. We're being told things, yes? We're good. I think we're good, right? We're good. So being a community advocate, like what does that mean to you?
100%. So a couple things. So like the co-op program is like the big community initiative. Like I had a really good school experience. I know some people didn't, but I really did. Public school, high school, and post-secondary, really good experience. So I wanted to be someone who could help someone with that if that wasn't
Is that rare to hear though?
So rare.
I had the best high school experience.
Oh, you did too?
I loved high school, university. University, my least favorite of all of them, but
everything. I had no problem. I'll go back. I would do those four anytime.
I'll do exactly the same.
Yeah, 100%.
One change.
Yeah, I made party a little harder, but like, I had a good time.
True. I would have drank earlier. That's true.
But yeah, so like that's my big thing for the education. And then I have this smaller program. It's called TAP, a tenant advocacy program. So my idea for that is just to have competent landlords in their area service tenants, because I don't need the landlord tenant board. It's in the way. If we had competent landlords communicating with tenants appropriately, we wouldn't need the LTB. If you had a question, hey, is this legal? Or hey, can I do this? And we're actually just talking amongst the community, would be so much better. So again, I always got half an hour for anyone. Book a call, whether it's a tenant, someone who's getting into investing. Everyone's always got half an hour with that.
I see us working with you, not in the real estate stuff, but possibly. But just providing supports to people that we work with. I see,
of course,
what you're doing here, and it's actually amazing.
Oh, thank you guys.
It's actually incredible.
Thanks.
If you follow him, Instagram handle.
Yeah, it's Mr. Henry.
Perfect.
Mr. Henry's Instagram is a plethora.
I knew you were going to use that word. I just said he's
big word, big word.
Great information.
He has one.
Quick, to the point. I have one big word a month. And I absolutely love everything you're doing on your page. As I told you before we started the film, I am stalking him. and I was surprised. I thought you were I thought one episode you came in like one of the podcasts you've been on, that you were like really short.
Oh, really?
and then I was like, who is this tall guy ducking to get in to the studio back there? And it was you. I was like, wow. Very tall, very impressive.
It's all legs. It's all in the legs.
You are very impressive. Honestly, very impressive. Love the story.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, honestly,
thank you guys so much for having me.
Dude, awesome. You are honestly doing so many great things, and it's for me as an older person. I like when young people want to give back and make the world better, because I'm going to sound old here. I find we complain too much as young people. And a complaint is an opportunity. So I think if you are going to complain about something, create it as an opportunity for yourself to do big and great things and get back to the world. Because at the end of the day, we want a legacy for yourself. What will be your legacy, do you think, at the when you're about to retire in 30, 40 years?
I hope nobody remembers my name. Like that for me, that means nothing. Like I don't really care what people think after. I just like the time I have here.
Right.
I just want to impact. Like when I get to the casket, my one of my mentors, Gary Hibbert, said, he's like, you don't want to come.
Gary.
Yeah,
love my Gary.
Yeah, good Gary. Shout out to Gary.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah. He said like, would you rather like die and said, oh, Isaiah Henry lays here, he played it safe, or Isaiah Henry lays here, battered, bruised, went to war. Wow, what a ride.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, like that's what I want to do. So we'll tear it up while we're here. When I'm gone, it is what it is. Hopefully I got stuff set up, but I'm all focused on the years that I'm here and awake, trying to do as much damage and good as I can here.
Now, and also for the ladies out there,
he's single.
Mr. Henry is single.
Just saying.
He's a single. Are you almost 30, right?
Yeah, almost
young.
There. We're almost there.
Young compared to me.
No, compared to you.
Compared to me. And again, he's out there. His eyes are opened. We'll leave it at that.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it, guys.
Before we go, because I see Saman about to attack me. Guys, if you want to follow us, we'd really appreciate it. At our YouTube, our Spotify, and our Apple Podcast, if you build it. Thank you again, Mr. Henry, for coming in, who is single and amazing at what he does. We love your story, and we love the drive and passion, and it's seriously appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you.